Okay, so we're just gonna take these off because we don't need them. So it has been revealed that Rhodey is in fact a Skrull in the MCU. I was right. Of course I was right. It was just so blatantly obvious the way he was talking, the mannerisms, everything had totally changed about him since Endgame. Now, what the big question is when did he get swapped over with a Skrull? I'm going to go with during Falcon and Winter Soldier. That is the possible timeline. Probably before that, he could have been swapped out, but I don't think he was a Skrull in Endgame. He could have been, but we've seen in this series that when they take over someone, they do get the emotions and the feelings of that human counterpart. Uh, as shown with Bob and his son. Now, I'm not sure if they were both Skrulls or not, but when Fury held a gun to Bob's son, he actually cared about him. He panicked a little. He showed emotion, even though he was a Skrull. Now, I'm not sure if the boy was a Skrull or not, but it was just one of those. So we learn that they do have emotions from the memories they take. Now, would it contradict his character if he were replaced in Endgame? A little bit. But after that, I think it would be fair game to trade Rhodey out for a Skrull, maybe after the Battle of Thanos, because that would be the easiest time to swap someone like that out, get him into power right near the president, and he's been a Skrull ever since. But guys, that wasn't the only reveal this episode. Let's play this clip right now. That's right, we get Super Skrull Gaia, another theory that I was bang on with. I just thought they can't kill off Amelia Clark that quick. Uh, Now, we also know that Talos does die in this episode. Now, we're not sure if he's staying dead or not, but he does indeed get killed by Gravik in this episode. Whether or not Gaia actually cares for that is a reason to be seen, as she does still find him delusional and annoying because he still thinks that they should be living on Earth in human skin. But Talos has this philosophy where he knows if he shows the humans how kind they can be, how loving they can be, how they just open their hearts to him, humans will accept them eventually. But we also now know that Gaia will have no parents, as Sorin has been killed and Talos has been killed. Now, both killed by Gravik. Now, I thought at first Sorin was the Skrull that was Rhodey. I might be wrong, as sometimes it's hard to remember all the Skrull names and what the Skrulls actually look like underneath the human forms. But if that turns out, that is a big reveal as well. But what could happen here is I did mention that Gaia might become a superhero. I think she will, in fact, become an Avenger now because of her father's death, and she will be the Super Skrull equivalent of. Uh, I will have to research some powers driven mad. There is one woman in the Marvel comics that protects the Earth from cosmic threats with fire and healing powers. I just cannot remember her name. But there's that. And, it could be another segue into Fantastic Four, this, as they basically have the same powers near enough. But this is a great reveal. I'm glad it happened because, well, it was just stupid to kill her off so quick. But we knew it was going to happen. We knew she were a Super Scroll by the end of it. And I'm just going to play Talos's death scene for you because it gets me.
Put him down. I said, put him down. Now!
And yes, Gravik is a super scroll. He showed off his group powers, his extremis powers, but oh my god, the shock on Nick Fury's face says it all. He was not expecting this whatsoever. Talos being killed, he was angry. He shot Gravik right in the face and watched it heal, and the shock on Fury's face says it all, that he knows they are a bit screwed and they may need to call in an Avenger. So my final theory is that in episode 6, a big Avenger may appear. Either Hulk, She-Hulk, Shang-Chi, or something along those lines may appear in this series in the final episode to help combat the Super Skrull. Now, whether or not this is going to happen is a big mystery. Still, no one knows what's going to happen to this show because no one knows who's a Skrull fully and who's not. I mean, it's crazy. I love this show. I think it's so great so far. I've loved every Disney Plus show. I'm not gonna lie. Even She-Hulk. Let's not go into that though. But right now, it's just crazy how this show keeps you guessing at who's a Skrull, who's not, what's gonna happen next. Now, in the next episode, like I said before, we are probably going to get a Rhodey flashback, Gaia finding out about Talos, Fury explaining Super Skrulls and everything to someone over the phone, and that someone being an Avenger, and then we're probably going to get a Priscilla and Fury speech again, where this episode it was like they talked about how they betrayed each other and everything. But I think Priscilla is probably going to go after Gravik in the next episode, but or Gravik go after them. But one way or another, Fury or Priscilla is probably going to die in this series, and I think we're gonna get another major death by episode 6 as well. I think they're not gonna leave it as oh we're gonna kill off these two and that's it. I think they're gonna kill off quite a few people, setting up for the next MCU movie and setting up what is to come in future and maybe a whole reset of the timeline in Avengers Secret War if that still happens with everything that's going on at the minute. But I think a lot of this is just going batshit crazy, and I love it. I love how Marvel's now leaning into the characters are gonna die, people are gonna get shot, we're gonna show more violence, everything like that. It's happening a lot more. I'm here for it, and Deadpool 3 is gonna be R-rated still, and it's not toned down, and that's a great aspect of another MCU movie, and I think it's just gonna be fantastic, guys. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have, please like, subscribe, and tune in for more theories coming soon. I will see you next week for episode 5. Thank you and goodbye.